up, people? It is Thursday, April 28th.
Hola!
This is still Diverted. This week we are talking about lemonade. Oh, I was so thirsty, but the queen, she quenched my thirst. She just came in and was like, here's a hose. Put it in your mouth. And I said, girl, it's not Friday night. I don't get down like that.
BK.
But yes.
And we're also talking about the Target transgender bathrooms. And
somehow Becky is now an offensive slur.
According to Auntie. And
Who?
Auntie. So now that's not your aunt. Now you just gonna not claim her because she acting crazy.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
And
Let's do
we're
it.
also gonna talk about who does good hair apply to. I just gotta bring that up real quick. All right, let's go.
Me.
Exactly.
So Saturday night, the world was changed. Beyonce came in and she said, Hive. We said, yes, mother. She says, I'm here to deliver. We said, we know. And she dropped the biggest jar of honey she could produce on us. And I'm so very grateful. So Lemonade premiered on Saturday. I'm sure you've heard everything. You've seen all the Becky posts and Rachel Roy this and Rachel. Did you see them dragging?
And now Rita Ora.
Did you see them dragging Rachel Ray?
Yeah,
they
Rachel Roy.
No, Rachel Ray.
Oh, they were coming for Ray?
Because people are
people
stupid. And they were like, I would never make your fucking chicken fajitas again, bitch. I was like, y'all know this is not who we're talking about.
She's already married to.
That don't mean nothing.
This is true.
Exactly, right? So, whole thing was really good. It's like 17 videos. It's like, I think 16 videos.
Yeah.
$17.99 on iTunes. I said, girl, I don't have that kind of coin. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I definitely did see it yesterday.
It comes with the full, like, it comes with it's the whole, like, you know, the audio album. And then it comes with the visual at the end, the whole thing they showed on HBO. And I'm just like, $17.99? Like, I don't know how many times I'm going to watch this movie again. Like, it's great. Like, I watched it. But I'm like, I don't know if I need to keep this for the rest of my life.
And shout out to HBO, though, because now they're submitting the visual masterpiece.
Yes.
For Emmys,
consideration,
which is OD exciting.
It is going to win.
I mean, I think they're only doing that because they noticed how popping Beyonce was, which is ridiculous because it's like...
Just from like, oh, look at me.
How do you not know that already? Honey?
Exactly, right? But from a cinematographer's perspective, it was just very well shot.
Yeah,
very well shot. And I'm just like... And you know what? I hate when people try to come for Beyonce and it's just like, oh, Beyonce's so mediocre. Like, I don't get it. I'm just like, who else is doing this? Like, who else is renting out HBO to be like, oh, here's my new album, y'all. Enjoy it. Like, this ain't no 106 and Park.
And Beyonce's been doing the visual album thing for now technically like 4 years?
Because she did it for
years.
Beyonce.
Exactly.
She didn't do it for...
Yeah, but it's still been like popular and nobody has done that yet. Even after, like, some people do things and they take the original.
Because they can't.
But they make it different. They make it their own and still nobody has done that.
Yeah.
So you can't, we have to stop hating on Beyonce, and that's what brings me to Auntie Wendy. So on Wendy Williams this week, of course she had to bring up things like Prince, Kelly Ripa, and Lemonade, Beyonce. And she got ahead and go, you know, we have to stop talking about white girls and calling them Becky. It's like calling me Shaniqua. And I totally get it from like a derogatory stance where if you call a black woman Shaniqua, that means like she's ghetto, loud, ridiculous, which I don't find ghetto to be that negative. But same thing with white girl. If you call her Becky, then she's a slut, she's a whore, she's a mistress, whatever the case might be. Wendy, Auntie, out of respect, what's her husband's last name? Hunter, Mrs. Hunter, we're going to have to come to a close on this when I say that you have to stop hating on Beyonce. And you have to look at the bigger picture of things that she's putting out there. Because like Malcolm said, nobody else is doing this.
Nobody.
You looked at the video. You saw the HBO special clearly.
Special.
You saw the special
Come
clearly.
on, Texas.
H-Town. So I'm just like, you have to stop being so...
It was such a weak, cheap shot.
Like, out of all the things that she has done...
All the things.
Out of 16 songs, spoken word...
The visuals.
Like...
This is what you come for.
Becky?
Like, we've got to stop calling girls Becky. It's offensive. Becky. Like, you are not going...
Don't do that.
You're not
Don't do that.
First of all, because it's not an offensive term. So for you to try to take it and spin it into that... First of all, Plies started this whole Becky movement... I thought Becky was just pussy. Remember Plies had that song?
Oh, no, I thought Becky was giving head.
Yes, because he said she gives Becky. Like, girl,
but Becky is supposed to be a white girl who stereotypically gives good head. Like white girls do extra shit that
even when Beyonce
other
said,
races don't.
And even when Beyonce called Becky with the good hair, I wasn't thinking she was talking about a white woman at all.
Once she said good hair, I didn't think she was talking about
a white person,
woman.
period. Because white people don't use the term good hair.
White women don't need to use the term good hair because
that's a lie now. I'll take you to Bay Ridge. I'll show you some shaggy roots. Like, you could stop dyeing your hair every week, Susan.
I know a couple of girls who do decide to use the term good hair, and they're like, this is good hair, and they're usually talking about something Brazilian or Filipino. It's not white, but we are doing this to our hair as black women to still fit this European beauty standard, but we use the term. So when we talk about good hair, we're talking about us. So as soon as she said good hair, I didn't think she was talking about a white woman.
Person. Yeah.
I knew it was you said a brown person?
A brown person, yeah.
That's cute.
I knew it was somebody brown. All in all, y'all gonna stop hating on Beyonce because the mother's delivering like no other.
She's number one. She's heading for number one on the Billboard 200, not 100, 200 chart.
The album was number one on iTunes. And this is all I have to say. One way to get on my bad side is to cheat on Beyonce.
Now you want to call me crying.
You watch out, Jay-Z.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's move on. All right, so this week at Target, I got this new great face cream that I'm really excited about using. But bigger than that.
And this is how you use it.
Exactly,
and
right?
And you just apply a little bit.
And, it's made with purified water and, all these other great, minerals and additives. That just,
and make sure it doesn't get into your tear ducts because then it gets really hot.
So Target released this week that they are allowing
transgenders.
I was gonna say patrons. That's the wrong word, but customers of their store to use whatever bathroom they identify with, as their gender is. That was very choppy how I just delivered that, but you get what I'm saying. So whatever sexual. Why can't I find my words? Not orientation.
Because that's not the real story.
But that is the real story, though.
Okay, guys, let's break down transsexual, transgendered, and who is what. So transgendered is me saying I'm a man, right? And he's saying he's a woman. That makes him transgender. That makes me transgender. Now, me being transsexual is saying I have now
male genitals.
Male genitals. And he now has some pussy because I'm a child. Exactly. And that makes him now a transsexual. In this case, what Target is doing is not transsexual, it's transgender. So if a woman says, I feel like a woman, I feel like a man, I can go use the male's, I can go use the man's restroom. But that's usually not the case. So in this story, it's more like women and wives and daughters and nieces all feeling like they're going to be using the bathroom, and a man is just going to say, I feel like a woman, I want to use the girl's bathroom.
Which I don't think is going to happen.
But that's why it shouldn't happen in the first place. Because it's just like, if you have your own bathroom, go use the bathroom. Why is it such a big deal that we have to now change the bathrooms? Like, it has nothing to do with transsexuals. It's transgender people.
3, 2, 1 cut. So first, I just want to get Target's statement out on the table so you know where they're coming from. So they says, we believe that everyone, every team member, every guest, and every community deserves to be protected from discrimination and treated equally. Yeah. Consistent with this belief, Target supports the Federal Equality Act, which provides protections to LGBT individuals and opposes actions that enables discrimination. So Target is on board with the idea of you should be ideally pee where you feel. That's the whole basis of this thing. Right. Now, when you were saying about, why do we have to make it like, why do we have to make these new things? I don't think it's new things because it's not like they're making like, a transgender bathroom. It's just still the male bathroom and the female bathroom. So if you feel like you identify as a male and you are, especially if you're now in the process of transitioning or have transitioned, but you haven't gotten the genital reassignment, I don't see, A, why you can't use the bathroom you feel most comfortable with, and B, whose business it is. Because most of these transgender people out here, I don't say these people, but most transgender people, you can't tell that they're transgender. Like some of them.
Being a woman is not a look, and being a male is not a look. And that's my issue with transgender. If you've seen a couple of Still Diverted videos in the past, I've always talked about, what's the point of changing into something that still society is saying that you cannot be because of how you are? So you change into this way of looking and feeling and saying that, this makes me a woman because I have long hair, because I wear purses, because I wear red lipstick. Like, that doesn't make you a woman.
But I think it's deeper than that.
So your reassignment, it's still based on emotion.
But you can't say you change the way you feel, though.
Right.
Because you're not changing your feelings.
Nah, I didn't mean change the way I feel. I meant everything else that's usually shallow and superficial and things that comes all in the physical. So it's like, you saying you're going to make this change, and it's like, but what are you changing it to? I'm changing it to a woman. Well, what does a woman look like? What it is rape. People are afraid to get raped. Why?
Which is a fair fear.
Because we live in a society that is sex-driven, and we have to deal with rape. We have to talk about rape. We have to teach our children who are males about controlling their dick. And it's just as simple as that. Like, stop looking at women, objectifying them. Stop looking at this girl who's your age, looking at ass and titties and think that's all she is. Mm-hmm. Stop doing that. People are scared to get raped. Why are we scared to get raped?
If a man, if a person is going to rape people, they're going to rape people. It doesn't matter what bathroom they're allowed to use. It doesn't matter. Like, if you are really into, I guess, this rape life and about raping people, you're not going to go, put on a dress, put on a wig, and just go stand in the bathroom at Target.
Well, now you don't have to do that. You could just say, I feel like this, and go in the bathroom.
Even still, if you're going to, first, it's just not going down like that. The reason I think is more than that is just because it's about more than just rape. I think there are some people that are just completely against this whole idea of,
transgender.
A man is born a man, a woman is born a woman.
Totally get that.
Like, it's the whole, especially like, and I think this was passed in, I think, Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. It was somewhere like in the South, but it's just like, these are the same people. It's just like, a man marries a woman, and it's just like it's all these very traditional ideas of like who we are as people, what a man is, what a woman is. So I don't think everybody that signed this petition is afraid of being raped or having somebody in their family get raped, i.e. a man signing the petition. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think that is a very big part of it, but I don't think that is the whole thing of this. I think the whole thing of this is the non-acceptance of,
feelings.
Progressiveness.
I think this is all becoming subjective, especially in Target's case. Because if I say I feel like a man and I get to go in the men's room, that just makes it okay. If a male says he feels like a woman, he gets to go in the women's room. Like, it's all about feelings. If you do not have a vagina, if you do not have a penis, then you don't have that. Go in the room.
And this is where the story comes to a head. Because you're saying if you don't have a vagina, then just go to the men's restroom. But you don't know who has a vagina.
But they do.
But if they don't want to, but that's what I'm saying. So
if they don't want to use the men's bathroom.
That's not what I'm saying. You don't know if they have a vagina, but they know if they have a vagina or not. So who are you to say, even if I walked in the bathroom looking exactly like this and I had a vagina, there would stiuld be a problem because they would say, oh, you're a man. Even if I opened up my legs and showed you a vagina, you would still be like, okay, well, I
wouldn't.
But they don't,
especially if you opened up your legs to me.
But you don't have to. But you don't have to do that.
It's easier for me to say, and you don't have to do that. That's why I say, this just judging like what's a woman and what a man is or who looks like what, like you shouldn't do that at all, because it's all, like I said, it's all superficial. It's like, you don't know who's a man, you don't know who's a woman by what they look like. With that said, the soul never dies. Energy always transfers. Nobody's gonna stay in this body for long. One day you will have been reincarnated. You will go on to glory and go on to something else, and one day somebody's gonna be sitting in front of psychics and they're gonna be like, let me tell you who you were in your past life.
Yeah. And next thing you know, you're going to be a pack of Remy hair. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God, like I'm Remy hair now. Like, look how far I've come in my days. Like, I'm a bundle.
Exactly.
So anyway, all in all, we will agree to disagree, but these conversations are healthy and they're necessary. Right. So, last but not least, it is spring break, and I just want to give a little PSA to all of my people out there that are going on summer vacation soon. Get money. Hey. So all my people that are going on spring break, vacations is coming up, summer's almost here. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, first I'm going on like a social media detox. Like after this show goes up tomorrow, y'all probably won't see me until next Friday. But I'm just like, there's nothing wrong with disconnecting. Like, I feel like so many people, there's nothing wrong with disconnecting and taking a break. And I feel like somehow in this whole Damon Dash raised, generation, that people feel like, I gotta work, I gotta hustle, sleep is the cousin of death. And I'm just like, first of all, if you're already busting your ass, there's nothing wrong with just taking time off for you and being like, I don't feel like doing anything.
Oh, you subbing me right now?
Low key, but I'm subbing a lot of y'all. Because a lot of people on it. It's like,
because I was listening, but I wasn't
really. There are a lot of people that's just like, I gotta do this, I gotta work, we got it. And it's just like, sometimes what you're doing is enough. And I'm not saying don't slack off. I'm not saying be lazy. But I'm just saying sometimes what you're doing is just enough. Like, you don't have to overexhaust yourself. You don't have to find the need. Even though it's just 24 hours in a whole day, if you work hard enough, you don't have to work all 24 hours. Like, there should be a time in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year where you should just be able to say, okay, I just finished 18 weeks of a semester, a hard-ass semester. You know, I have a job. You know, I have 2 jobs. I have a kid. I have a boyfriend. You know, I have a show. Like, when you have all these things on your plate where it's just like, it's not all about you. So put your old stink-ass tongue back in your mouth.
I didn't even say nothing. Go ahead.
You don't even have 2 jobs, so you can relax. All I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with disconnecting, and I feel like this generation is almost like being pressured into like, y'all gotta work.
Being productive.
Y'all gotta do something. It's just like, there's nothing wrong with taking a break. And listen, halftime is there for a reason. When you watch sports and it's halftime, it's because we need to take a break. So take your halftime.
Take your halftime.
And don't feel guilty about it.
And if you are a New Yorker, I can't speak for the rest of the states, but if you are a New Yorker and you feel like you're getting older and you're in your 20s and you're like, I still haven't found myself, don't stop doing whatever you're doing, because it takes time. Whether it's doing something that's like getting an apartment because New York rent is high. Don't feel pressure to like, okay, I can't live here anymore with my parents. I have to go do something because they say I have to get money. No. Yeah. Try to milk at your parents as long as you can and then move on.
Exactly right.
Or even like a job. If you feel like the job that you're working at is not paying you enough, go do something that you actually like doing, and no matter the amount of money that you're actually making. Just be comfortable with what you're doing. Don't listen to other people, because not everybody has the same trajectory as you.
Exactly right. So on that note, have a great weekend. Show us up a day early, so I guess y'all can really, just enjoy your Friday or whatever. I don't know what y'all want to do. But thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button in the corner. You can follow me at _HeyMalcolm. She's at DJ Madam K on Twitter and Instagram. And we'll holler at y'all next week. It'll be my birthday! Yay! See you next week. Bye!
Oh, I'm sorry.